All right. I have a simple question. Is anyone else getting annoyed with the juggling of items in your inventory? Now, what I mean by this is you need so many different pieces of gear if you want to try to get spiky, cool, massive stats, right? You need these crazy spiky items if you want to get the Godworld gear, right? But then you might think, hey, I want to try something else. Maybe I want recovery in grenades, or maybe recovery in intellect, or maybe I want recovery in strength, or whatever. You need so much gear, right? And so not only do you hoard gear in your vault, but even me, like I've got so many different pieces of gear with different roles, hoping that one day I can turn it into a build. So the problem is I've always got a bunch of gear. Look at this, I've got a bunch of masterwork bonds of different elements and stuff, right? A different masterwork gear, got it on my gear, but then all these blues start dropping. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with all these blues? And I'm deleting them and they're entering my inventory. But that's not even where it ends. Okay, because this is what's happening to me. Okay, I got prime engrams out the yin yang. I've got umbral engrams out the yin yang. But then, hold on, I'm not even done, because if I run over to the postmaster here, it's going bing, 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 bing. You better clear this bitch out because we're running out of space. I've got blues in here that I didn't delete. I've got more engrams. I can't deal with all of it. And what I'm finding is so much of the gear is trash that I don't care about. It's just this little mini game of constantly going, how quickly can I delete all of the trash items? Now, you never know. Maybe this legendary engram is going to give me an armor piece that's god roll and I can make a brand new build. Maybe this prime engram is going to be a 70 roll and I'm going to be cheering and excited. But I find that there's so much trash that the quantity of the loot is really, really high. Super high. But the quality, it's just not there. And the other thing too is these prime engrams, they have the potential to be such powerful items. They could be armor, and the other thing that gets me, and the more I realize, and the other thing that gets me, and I think this isn't something that a lot of people talk about or think about, is these prime engrams here, or these umbral engrams, if they turn into an armor piece and they have a good stat roll, they're valuable. They're cool. I'm excited. I'm happy to get them. But if it turns into a bond, it's mostly trash because there's no stats on it. So that's kind of like a wasted item. And if it turns into a weapon, some random weapon that's not meta, it's kind of a waste as well. And even if it does drop on the weapon, it might not have a good roll and it might be trash. And it feels like I'm always getting here, like bombarded with it. And I'm always just deleting it. I spend more time deleting gear and not caring about it than caring about it. Ever. Always. We got 2 more primes. Are they going to be godly? I got a chess piece. And a distant tumulus. So I got a chess piece that, okay, kinda good. One of those moments where I'm like, dang, this could be something. But then, wowee, I got a distant tumulus. 140 RPM, the worst archetype in the game. It's got snapshot, but the scope is shit. It's garbage. And honestly, with this system, there were some guns that were super good, right? Cold Denial Pulse is incredibly good. If they make any more buffs to pulses or changes or nerfs to other things, Cold Denial, God tier. The sword, Fallen Guillotine, God tier, okay? You can get the Gnawing Hunger somewhere in here, right? There's even the Seraph Shotgun, which would be cool. You could do the Warmind cells, the SMG. There are a lot of weapons in here to farm that are good. But a lot of players, once they get a good roll, because you get so many Umbral Engrams, At this point, all I do is focus armor and hope to roll the dice and get a god roll. This is literally all I do. I fill up on umbrals and I just go like this. And that's fine. At least it's another source of doing it. But it's just, it feels like I have to do hundreds of armor pieces to get what I want. Because if I want to make any upgrades past the baseline, past the average gear, things need to be so spiky and so high rolled. And it's like, getting an upgrade in this game takes forever. And I'm starting to have flashbacks of the Division 2. I'm having flashbacks because in the Division 2, you needed so many things to go right. Not only does it have to be a high stat roll, it's got to be the right stats. It's got to have the right perks. I'm getting all these armor pieces, and maybe these are incredible. But there's also a very good chance all of these are trash. This one, trash. 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 Instantly gone. There's 4 pieces now. No progress. No recovery on it. It's trash. Chest pieces? Anything? Nothing above a 60? I've gotten so far into the end game, and I know that this is a me issue. I understand that it's a me issue, but there's such few items that can drop that will ever be an upgrade or interesting to me that it's kind of frustrating at this point. Because if it's not going to be an upgrade, I wish I could just put auto dismantle on. Like, I literally dismantle so many things. I'm constantly filling up my inventory, and none of it's usable or an upgrade or exciting to me. Like, I wish there was a parameter where I could put in, like, anything below 55 stat, delete it. Anything below 60, honestly. Get it out of my inventory. Don't really need it. Because to replace something like this, I need to have a similar stat roll with higher recovery and intellect, somehow. Or, like, reduce the resilience to 2 and get discipline, or something like that. And I know these stats are higher. I can actually go into some other things, but I'm just feeling overwhelmed with all the gear and all the blues and all the purples that don't really matter, and I really hope that soon we can get some quality to the loot that's dropping. Even if exotics dropped a little bit more instead of the legendaries, like, that would spice things up, because unless you're doing Nightfalls, you're not getting that many exotics. You're really not getting that many exotics. 20 pieces of gear, and one of them popped out and had any sort of value compared to the average stuff you get day in, day out, all day. You know, it's better than it was. They added more spikiness, and, like, this stuff happens a little bit more often. You know, I know that I'm in the end game, but it's like every Crucible match, there's 3 blues getting thrown at you, and it's like, bro, chill the fuck out, man. Stop. I think that's what's really tilting me, because I know that they can't just throw out top tier gear all the time, but it's like, at least just reduce some of the garbage. I don't want all these blues. I don't need gunsmith materials. Like, boys, this is 1 stack. I got like 50 in the bank. Chill out with the gear. Chill out with the blues. Chill out with the blue weapons and armor and all that stuff. Like, I'm done. Am I lost here? Am I the only one? Am I going crazy? Maybe. I don't know. Aha!